Good morning, traders. So we're still using the Bill Williams and looking at the DAX this morning. Now, this week has been pretty crazy. We're looking at the daily at the moment. We've had an inside bar, we had a gap down, we've come back up, tested the top, and we have done that with a range bar. So this level here of 10,980, possibly even up to, well, not quite 11,000, but 10,980. This is the level that we are bouncing on, and just above it, as I said earlier in the week, is we are still waiting for this retest of 11,020. So this consolidation that we had here, you see it better on the weekly. So this consolidation here, we're still waiting for that retest. It hasn't happened yet. Okay, sellers are still here. They're still selling off this level, and something is brewing. And to me, that brew is more than likely to the downside. Okay, so this is kind of a rally. We had a breakout of our flag, but we're back in the flag. So, it's kind of, can't really rely on that at the moment. It's just down to 4 hours, see what we can see here. Now again, the 4 hour 200 EMA, we're still bouncing off it, and it is still pointing down to the downside a little bit. Nothing really else. A little bit of divergence here between that high and that high. We've got high and low. So that's pretty much an indication for a move to the downside, but there's nothing really concrete. It's really directionless at the moment. And I'll just line that level up like that. So just generalizing here, it's not an exact level, but in this area of 11,819, 10,818. So that is the bottom of this consolidation range, and 10,975 is the top of this range. Okay, nothing really on the 4 hour that I can see here. I think this is probably still going to be a case of long from the bottom and short from the top. And you can see we've done it a couple of times already, and until we get out of this range, that's pretty much what we need to do. Okay, challenge right now is we're sitting right in the middle of the range, so it's very difficult to pick a direction. I would almost like to say that this second move should play out. So here's our up, and that's our level. Okay, so I would say by the looks of things, we're probably going to have a bit of a rally to the upside. I know the Brexit vote came out as a fail, so that I don't know how it's going to affect the DAX. But let's have a look at what the DAX futures is doing right now. Flat. So 10,897. This is pretty close to where we are, I think. 10,899. So pretty close to where we closed off. Okay, so in other words, what we need to do, we do have a potential second move here to the upside, but we also have a potential second move to the downside. And let's just get my Fibonacci. So that's the move. We're at the 50%. We're between the 50 and the 61.8. So this could touch this area and then move to the downside and break this range to the downside. So there's two basic moves here. The first one is this measured move here. That could play out somewhere from there. Okay, and then obviously the other one is this measured move here to the upside, to the top of the range. Okay, so yeah, take your pick. Kind of in two minds. So it's a 50-50 for me, which basically means sit on hands, wait for this range to pick a direction and then trade it. So in the meantime, it is short from the top of the range. So if we get into this 10876, look for your, or anywhere in this area, but you need to look for price action. And I would take price action off you can take it off at 30 minutes, or you can take it off at 12 minutes. I think 12 minutes will give you a bit of a better entry. And you see what I mean? So we started off yesterday, nice big exhaustion bar up to the top of the range, and then you had this big inside bar. So you could have taken a trade here with a stop above there, and then all the way down to the bottom of the range. Okay, and now we've rallied up, pulled back, bounced off here. Oscillators are indicating that this is possibly going to be tired. Who knows? So I think wait for the open, see what happens. But the fact that we're in the middle of the range, to me, doesn't excite me at all. So I'd like to see us top of the range again for a move to the downside, or hovering like this on the bottom of the range for a move to the upside. Okay, looking at the 12 minute, it is looking to me, if I just look at the oscillators as my indicator, and my awesome oscillator here, it is looking to me like this was a retracement into the 50% zone. We then went sideways with the US market, and we're going to have a second move to the downside. So that's kind of what I see on the 12 minute. But if we look at it on the bigger time frames, or even on the half hour, it's pretty much the same. And you can see how the 200 moving average on the half hour also lined up at the bottom of the range here. That's always good to know where the 200 is with the levels. And well, wise man number one as well. So this here was your wise man number one. We broke, was your entry, stopped below, and it rallied. This was wise man number one as well. Okay, massive big pin bar deviation from the alligator, and that's on the 30 minutes. You don't really see it on the 12 minute, but that's on the 30 minute. And I just noticed that the 30 minute on the DAX for your wise man strategy is pretty solid. So you can see there's pin bars, pin bar, pin bar, wise man one, wise man one, wise man one, wise man number one, wise man number one. Okay. Okay, so yeah, so I think a lot of confusion at the moment. It can go either way. So we could trade this to the upside. If it does move to the upside, expect us to get the top of the range. Look for another short to the downside. If we don't get above, sorry, wrong one. If we don't get above this fractal here, which is 10,920, then you could have a double top here, and the double top targets will more than likely be the bottom of the range. Yep, pretty much. Okay, there's like 3 different targets here, guys. So I think what you basically need to do is just either stay out of it, like I'm leaning towards at the moment, or wait for something to give. And there is something else I see here in the 30 minute, which is a cup and handle. Okay, so this fractal here is the one that you need to worry about. So break above here, 10,920 takes us up to 10,970 and 11,000 area. Okay. A break below here brings the bottom of the range into play. A break below the range gives us sort of that level to play out. Let's take that level there. Just have a look to the left to see what's here. Pretty much this inside here, these inside tails here. Okay, so yeah, a lot of confusion right now, and I think be safe, trade the range. It's not worth it trying to get in the middle of the range, to be honest, because sometimes you'll get a fake out up here, then it'll move to the downside, and then bounce off here, and then as the people are trying to drive it, because we're in the middle of the range, they're trying to drive it to either side of the range, and you're going to be stuck in that little tug of war until you see something like this big pin bar where you can see the sellers are in off a level. that's kind of, I'd stay out of it. So that's kind of what I'm doing today. I'm not even going to worry about this until we get out of this range. Once we've broken this range and I'll start looking at it, I think it's probably better just to lie by the pool today and do nothing. Okay, so if you're going to trade it, just watch these, I suppose these two levels here. So 30-minute fractals is basically, we're on a 30-minute chart. Watch the 30-minute fractals. So there's your first one, 10,920, and here's your next one, 10,868. So if you get 30-minute closes above here, expect the top of the range to come in. If you get a 30-minute close below here, expect the bottom of the range first, and then second target would be the length of this measured move to the downside, and that would break the range. Okay. So anyway, guys, sorry, that's a bit of confusion, but that is what's been dealt for us at the moment for the last week and a half now, is consolidation and confusion. Okay, technically the trend is still up, but third attempt at the 200 moving average, we haven't really broken through it yet. So, I'm expecting us to move to the downside, and this was quite a big red candle here. But not that it means much. You see, there's a big red candle, we pulled up. There's a big red candle, and we pulled back up. So yeah, I think until this range is broken, either trade the range, get down to a 12, 15-minute chart, trade those time frames, or alternatively, find something else to trade. Okay, anyway, guys, that's my view on the DAX today. Not very helpful, I know, but it will happen. Something will change shortly, and we will be able to get in with some decent trades. Anyway, guys, hope that helps, and I'll catch up with you later. Cheers for now.